Sunday morning, and I'm Danny at Dynodaze, and this is my Sunday drive and chat where I talk about what's going on with this hoodie, where I talk about my week. I reflect upon my week, and it's Sundays where I take the time to be alone in my element, driving, generally listening to The Prodigy or something like that, but I'm mostly listening to podcasts at the moment, relaxing, trying to learn as I go, which is, I'm enjoying that, to be fair. I'm enjoying that. Mostly podcasts about YouTube, believe it or not, and learning how this algorithm works. But it's been a great week at Dynodaze, and whilst I'm going to class it as a bit of a tough week, we got through some great work. We had a complement of Mitsubishi Colts in the house, dropped some bombs on those. Other cars, obviously, as per usual, FN2s, EP3s, those sorts of things. All good stuff, really enjoyed it. Behind the scenes at Dynodaze, there's a lot going on, and I'm really looking forward to being able to announce to you guys the plans and the projects moving forward. We've got some awesome, and I mean awesome, content coming, because there's a particular car coming, and we're ever so excited for it. Richard's excited for it. I think I'm even more excited, because this is going to be the kind of YouTube video that sets us up. Well, it's just better content. Richard has got this thing for particular fashion of YouTube videos and content creators, and he knows that this is going to be a big one for us coming up. So fingers crossed, that's all great. In the background at Dynodaze, there's lots of decisions being made, lots of plans for the future, certainly for this year. Again, fingers crossed for those. I'm really looking forward to announcing it to you guys. Again, in the background, believe it or not, I'm very, very, very happy to announce that we have one YouTube member subscriber. So that's one guy, one member that has decided to pay £1.99 a month and be part of this Dynodaze family. And I know that sounds ridiculous, because I've got one member, but it's a step forward, and it makes me happy. It's funny, but it's cool at the same time. And you may have noticed, if you follow the channel closely, that a lot of our live videos that we do in the morning, we're archiving those, and they're becoming members only videos now. So we will sort of offload each week a week's worth of live content, and it'll go into the members section. There are going to be members specific videos as we grow, where members get to decide the content that they want to see, or a story that they want told, or a question that they want answering, and we will be making dedicated content just for the members. I think I'm going to wait till I've got 10 members, because we've got one. Like I say, we've got one at the moment, but it makes me happy. So, but that's great. I'm in the Honda CRZ today. I've got a full tank of fuel. I am eco-hauling, enjoying it. It's nice and warm in here. It's bright outside. The roads are drying up. I think we're getting closer and closer to the sort of conditions where I want to be back out in the FN2, but we will see in the near future. The FN2 is fully fixed, so I'm really happy with that. It had an ABS problem if you follow the YouTube channel. The Civic FN2 is a completely different kettle of fish to this car, a different mood the car is. That's how I'm classing it. It's a different mood. You're in a different mood when you're driving it. It's a different experience. But I am happy in the Honda CRZ. I'm enjoying its ownership. I'm enjoying learning about it. As you guys well know, a good friend of mine, Gareth at Expression Culture, is what I would class as a master of the Honda CRZ scene. He's my go-to buddy for any information I need on this car, and I'm learning as I go with it. There's a few modifications that I want to make to this vehicle, and hopefully this year, when I get a chance, that'll happen. If you're following the Dynodaze Shorts videos, you see that I've uploaded snippets of content with regard to the retro Mitsubishi Colt that we've put a Honda D-Series engine in. Richard this week managed to create and craft an exhaust system for it. So it's got a 4-to-1 manifold and then a resonated catback system with a nice big Jap can, which is, you know, it suits it. I don't think it's overkill. I'll be honest, I haven't heard it yet, but it just looks the part. It looks as you would expect a car from 1980 to have. If somebody said, do me an exhaust on this car, that's exactly what you expect. And I really do appreciate and it keeps me entertained, the fact that Richard can see in his head almost the finished article before he started turning the spanner, and I find that very difficult. So he can visualise what he's about to make, and I just have to be surprised at the end. And 9 times out of 10, I'm always very, very happy with it. But that's the beauty of having Richard as a fabricator, a very good fabricator. Yeah, and I'm really I'm so looking forward to the sun being out in the summer and me driving that Mitsubishi Colt. Windows down. I was saying to a customer the other day, my kids will be in that car at some point and they won't understand what windy windows are, because I've not owned a car with windy windows. Certainly not in the front. Probably since they were born. So I am looking forward to that. What a car that will be. It's one of the fleets that I'm going to really, really enjoy just using. Not like the Evo. When the Evo comes back out, that's getting modified and maintained and stuff. So that's almost not the same as just being like, that's done, I'm in it, I'm going somewhere in it. So cafe, machine, those sorts of places, you know, the typical place for a retro car to be. Talking about retro cars, well, I can't really talk about it, can I? I want to. Look how excited I am. I want to tell you all about what's coming up, but I can't just yet. But do stay tuned, and we will, and I will announce all of those sorts of things. I'm driving around the countryside today and still looking for locations to shoot, places to take photographs of my car, even though it's absolutely filthy. The roads are filthy, the car is filthy. I've got a load of Cowbugger car diaries, car detail and stuff to use. So when I feel like it's a little bit warmer, I am going to have to start teaching myself how to use some of those products. I'm not a toucher. I've never been a detailer or even into that sort of thing. I've always been like, somebody else can do. We've got a guy at work called Gary, great guy, part-time dude, and always, you know, if I really want to treat my car, I'm best off handing my car to Gary, and he does such an amazing job of it. Such an amazing job, in fact, but that's probably when I take most of my photographs, just after he's touched it. As soon as he's dried it off, that's when I'm taking photographs. The Mitsubishi Colt, the red one, I don't want to talk about my cars all day, but again, really looking forward to that. Fired that up on Saturday. It was a quiet Saturday at the dyno. I don't know whether you saw that, because normally we're posting lots of content from Saturday, but we actually only ran a handful of cars. Some of those were great, some of those not so great. So sometimes you don't get to make the content that you want, and I don't get to share as much cool stuff with you. But what we do make goes onto the Dynodaze community channel, so please do go and check out the Dynodaze community channel. It's almost like a spare channel where if I'm not amazingly happy with stuff, then it'll go on there, and somebody might find it extremely useful, but otherwise that's where we're sort of just archiving and shelving content. So go and have a look at that. That channel is growing, and it's growing rapidly due to YouTube Shorts. If you guys have got YouTube channels, then YouTube Shorts seems to be a great way of pulling in subscribers, you know, and getting you out there. And when you do look at some of the analytics from it, if you're interested in that stuff, I don't know, but if you are interested in that stuff, I'm finding that all my shorts are being watched at 1 AM, and therefore I think it's about American tea time. That someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but you can see the analytics of where those views are coming from, and it is mostly the United States of America. And those guys over there are probably bored of politics and bored of COVID and just want to watch some hooning on the dyno. Hooning on the dyno, again, amazes me, but Dynodaze has actually got a TikTok channel, and on this TikTok channel is literally clips of pops and bangs and flames and acceleration on the dyno. You wouldn't have thought that sort of short content would have been so, would have been eaten up so much, but that's doing really, really well, that TikTok. And whilst I don't use TikTok, I do put it on there just in case we can capture that audience. Yep, so I'm going to just have a quick blast, if you can have a blast in the CRZ. I'm going to have a blast and see where I get to. And I might come back to you with some final thoughts. So I'm going to go do this, put the Prodigy on for a minute. I'll be back in a second. I quite enjoyed that. The Honda CRZ actually handles pretty well, considering it's like a standardish car. It handles pretty well, and when it wants to go, it can go. And whilst the traffic and the weather isn't mint, it's you can certainly still have a little bit of fun in them. I've been driving a few different dailies over the last couple of years, and this is definitely the one it ticks a few boxes for me. But most importantly, I actually love the way it looks. So when I get out of it, I always have a little turn around and have a look at it, and I think that's a good sign for a daily. For a daily it is. I've had numerous small engine Mitsubishi Colts, and they are a tool, and they are, good at what they do, and they do it very well, but they're not, I don't know, the design. I have once described Mitsubishi Colts as being testicle shaped, but I've got a soft spot for Colts in my heart, and I will never be without one. But I love them for all their flaws, and all the things that they do really, really well. But the Honda CRZ for me, it's just something that I like looking at. I like being here. I like being in it, and I like the way the dashboard's laid out and the seating position. I really like it. So I think this car's here to stay, if I'm honest. It's done some miles, so as long as it remains reliable, and as a Honda I should think it probably will, a couple of good services a year, and I think it's gonna look after me. I do enjoy it, and I even enjoy it, eco-horing it and seeing little leaves and green and things like that. I do enjoy it. But yeah, had some fun out on the roads today. So thank you for joining me, and hopefully you will join me for the Dynodaze Monday live chat, which will be about 8:30. So before everybody gets going and everything gets all very serious, we like to have a little chat in the mornings. And if you've got any questions, or you need any quotes, or you want to talk cars, come and join us on the YouTube channel in the mornings. Pretty much one a day at Dynodaze at the moment. So because we are enjoying it, and the software we use is pretty cool. So do come and say hello. I'm off to see my mother, so a cup of tea with a thumb in it, that'd be nice. A wet cheese cob, that's a family joke. That's where your mum asks you if you want something to eat, and then she makes you a cob, but she puts it down on the side where she's just been making a cup of tea, so it's wet, but it's all good. So have a happy Sunday, everybody. Enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. Stay safe. Remember that if you are bored or low or lonely or generally just feeling under the weather, you're more than welcome to reach out and say hello to us. Mental health is a big thing, especially for us guys. So please do reach out, and we've all got something in common to talk about, haven't we? We can talk about cars, so please do that as well. But I will see you on Monday morning for a live chat. Peace out, and stay safe.
Before, and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.